Good evening, parents, students, and friends. I am Mrs. Lockhart, Assistant Principal, and on behalf of our principal, Mrs. Long, I would like to welcome you to our 4th annual Dessert Night. The purpose of Dessert Night is to allow you to get acquainted with the educators that will be working hand in hand with you in making sure our students reach their full potential. The mission of the Program for Exceptional Students and Psychological Services is to provide a quality educational program that prepares all students for success. Through meaningful access to a quality education, all children can be challenged to achieve their best in school, and all children can be lifelong learners. Please enjoy the evening here at Reese Road Leadership Academy, and remember, great happens here.
Good evening. My name is Kathy Covington, and I'm the parent coordinator here at Reese Road Leadership Academy. Thank you always for coming out to support our events here at Reese Road. I'd like to invite you to all of our parent events that we host here at Reese Road. This month, Dr. BJ is doing our Bully Prevention Month. We'd like to have you to work with your students at home, your child, and we will do our part here to help with bully prevention. Thank you always for your continued support, and look forward to our upcoming events throughout the rest of the school year. Thank you.
I'm Miss Riley. I'm one of the special ed teachers here at Reese Road Leadership Academy. Tonight, for inspiration, I'm going to read you a poem. The title is Unity, and the author is unknown. I dreamt I stood in a studio and watched two sculptors there. The clay they used was a young child's mind, and they fashioned it with care. One was a teacher. The tools he used were books, music, and art. One a parent with a guiding hand and a gentle, loving heart. Day after day, the teacher toiled with a touch that was deft and sure, while the parent labored by his side and polished and smoothed it over. And when at last the work was done, they were proud of what they had wrought, for the things they had molded into a child could neither be sold nor bought. And each agreed they would have failed if each had worked alone, for behind the parent stood the school, and behind the teacher the home. Thank you for coming tonight to visit us. We hope that you have a wonderful time.
Carmen Bernicki. I am one of the learning specialists here at Reese Road Leadership Academy, and I am the resource teacher for K through 5th grade. Today I'm going to be talking about co-teaching. And what is co-teaching? Co-teaching is defined as two teachers working together with groups of students, sharing the planning, organization, delivery, and assessment of instruction. The advantages of co-teaching are there is a shared expertise among two teachers, the increased opportunity to differentiate for students' needs, enhanced instructional support for children in the classroom, and it also offers continuous mentoring opportunities. Now, there are 6 approaches to co-teaching. The first one is one teach, one observe, which we do not use and very seldom is used, and that is where one teacher teaches while the other gathers data and walks around the room. And that is not an effective measure for co-teaching. The next co-teaching approach is one teach, one assist. And this is also not a good co-teaching approach. And this is when one teacher teaches while the other floats around and also sees what the students need. And that is not an effective measure for the approach of co-teaching. The next approach of co-teaching is station teaching, which is very frequently used here at Reese Road. And this is where the content is divided. Two teachers are led by the stations, while the other stations are independent for students. And the groups rotate between stations and completing all by the end of the lesson. So everybody rotates, and each teacher has a hands-on on all of the students at each group. The next approach to co-teaching is parallel teaching, and this one is also frequently used. And parallel teaching are when two teachers teach at the same content and the class is divided. The next approach to co-teaching is alternative teaching, and this one is frequently used as well. This is where one teacher teaches the whole group while the other teaches a smaller group. And they do differentiated instruction, and it also allows for reteaching or enrichment. And the last co-teaching approach is team teaching, and this one is also frequently used. Both teachers teach the same content at the same time as a whole group. This allows for modeling of quality team and interpersonal interactions and the most complex model. This requires a lot of collaboration between both of the teachers, and it is an effective measured as one of the co-teaching approaches. Thank you.
My name is Tammy Griggs. I'm a learning specialist here at Reese Road. I would like to bring your attention to some of the programs that we offer here at Reese Road that you can utilize online. The first is the Parent Portal. It's a student information system that allows parents to log in and view their child's progress. If you don't already have access to the Parent Portal, please come to the front office, provide a picture ID, and request the Parent Portal activation form. Lexia is a reading program that is available to students in grades pre-K through 5th. The program provides explicit, systematic, personalized learning, and you may get a login from your child's teacher.
Hello everyone, I am Mrs. Hall, learning specialist for 3rd and 1st grade, and today I just want to review some of our test taking tips. Number 1, get a good night's sleep. 2, try to eat breakfast. Breakfast ends at 7:45 here, so if you eat breakfast at school, then you should be on time. 3, don't waste time on just one question. If you're not sure of the answer, put a mark by it, skip it, and then come back to it. And 4, be sure to always go back and review your questions and answers before you submit or turn in your test. Thank you.
Hello, I am Brianna Holloman, the speech therapist for Reese Road. You may also hear us call speech pathologist or speech language pathologist. In the school system, we work in several different areas, including speech, which is the way we say our sounds. Under speech, we have articulation, which is maybe a child may say wabbit instead of rabbit. We have fluency, which is stuttering, and we have voice, which may be an interesting way you hear someone's voice sounding. And we also have oral motor, which is using different strategies to improve oral structures. Then there's language, which have 5 areas: semantics, vocabulary; syntax, how sentences are structured; morphology, the small units in words like plurals, present progressive tense; phonology, understanding the sounds in words; pragmatic, social skills. We also work on expressive language, which is speaking, using complete sentences, using good sentence structure; receptive language, which is understanding, such as following directions and understanding vocabulary and understanding questions; communication, which is helping students who have complex communication needs communicate their thoughts and ideas with others, either with a device, using pictures, or using sign. And we also work with those with swallowing disorders. You don't see that a whole lot in the school system, but those have difficulty eating properly. And that's pretty much what speech pathologists do for the school system. Thank you.
Buenas tardes, yo soy la señora Guzmán y soy una de las maestras de ESOL en esta hermosa escuela de Reese Road Leadership Academy. Estoy muy contenta de estar aquí y poder enseñar a mis alumnos. Nosotras les estaremos dando asistencia y soporte a los estudiantes de ESOL en el área de inglés académico. Si tiene alguna pregunta concerniente al programa de ESOL, por favor no duden en comunicarse con nosotras. Gracias y que pasen muy buenas tardes. Good evening, I am Ms. Guzman and I am one of the ESOL teachers here at Reese Road Leadership Academy. We will be providing language support for the ESOL students and will be putting an emphasis on the academic language. If you have any questions concerning the ESOL program, please don't hesitate to contact us. We are looking forward to working with all the ESOL students at Reese Road. Have a wonderful evening.
Hi, I just wanted to introduce myself. I'm Miss Burnett, and I am the other ESOL teacher. I will only be here in the morning, but I really am looking forward to working with you here at Reese Road. Thanks for coming out tonight.
Good evening, Reese Road parents. My name is Laura Glackmeyer, and this year I work with the 5th grade. I'm going to talk to you about retention. Though we don't want to hold any child back, retention for a PES student is possible if they don't make enough progress on their goals. The IEP committee, which includes the parent, we'll gather together, look at all the data, and determine whether that student should be promoted or retained. For 3rd and 5th graders, however, the GMAS scores will be taken into account. If a student passes the first time, they're good to go. If the student fails one of the tests, or for 3rd grade, just the reading test, then there will be a retake. If the student doesn't pass the retake, then we'll have an invitation for summer school. If you have any questions about retention or promotion, please get with your child's teacher and your child's case manager. Thank you and have a good night.
Good afternoon, I'm Miss Seto and I'm the new learning specialist here at Reese Road Elementary. I'm a first-year teacher and I'm so glad that I get to be part of such an awesome team at this school. Today I will be discussing information related to transitions. Transitions are primarily used in middle school and high school to help prepare your child for his or her future education. A transition plan is a section of the IEP that outlines transition goals, services for the student. The transition plan is based on a student's individual needs, strengths, skills, and interests. As a parent, you are able to meet with the LEA to discuss possible transitions related to middle school. There will be transition meetings held at the end of the school year. Discussing information related to this aspect can help your child get fully prepared for the upcoming school year. Please ask me or any of the other learning specialists if you have any questions. Thank you.
Good evening, parents. I am Katrina Long, your proud principal, and I want to thank you for taking the time out to come and share with us and to gain some valuable information as it relates to your Roadrunner. I would like to take time to thank our faculty and staff for putting together this event annually so that we can be successful. We want to make sure that all of our Reese Road Roadrunners are set up for success. Again, thank you for coming this evening and have a wonderful night.